Hello and welcome to Change of Taste. I'm Elise. Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully everyone's doing well, you're enjoying the holiday season, and today I'm going to be sharing with you Achuete pork floss buns. I was inspired by BreadTalk's bread floss buns that, say that 2 times fast, right? BreadTalk is a small bakery, a boutique bakery that sells an assortment, an array of sweet and savory pastries, baked goods, and pork floss buns from there are the best. So I wanted to take it home and create a recipe that you will enjoy at home and something new that you'll enjoy during this holiday season. I created a recipe that incorporates annatto seed powder that you'll see a lot in Filipino baked goods that gives that beautiful orange tinge to it, and also a sweet nutty flavor. And we're making a homemade Kewpie mayo that's sweet and tangy, and we're gonna top it off with the convenience of pork floss that you'll see over at your local Asian market that is at your dried meat section. And do not be intimidated by it. It is delicious. If you love beef jerky, it's pretty much the same, except it's made in different methods. Beef jerky is dried, dehydrated, low and slow, and pork floss is braised, shredded, and sauteed until dry and fluffy. But this is a great recipe. I top it off with black and white sesame seeds for some texture and some crunchiness, and some scallions for some freshness. And enough blabbering from me, and let's get started. Thank you again to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. To all my new viewers, please hit that subscribe button. And remember, subscribing is totally free. Let's get some more Filipino food out there. And please comment down below, like or dislike, because you are entitled to your opinion. And please comment down below and let me know what's your favorite Filipino dish, what you would like to see on this channel, and I would just love to hear from you guys. And again, evolve and cook freely, my friends. Till next time, enjoy your holidays, be safe, and be kind to one another.
Hello and Kamusta. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm Elise. Welcome to Change of Taste, where we cook and pay homage to Filipino cuisine and more with a slightly elevated twist that you, my friends, can cook at home. Today we are making sweet, savory, fluffy, soft achuete pork floss buns. So let's get cooking. Here I'm starting a roux and just combining bread flour with some water, coconut milk, achuete powder, and I'm going to combine that in a sauce pot over low to medium heat, stirring constantly until it forms a nice thick paste. And I'm going to just set that aside and let it cool. Here I'm just portioning out my bread flour and my cake flour before I sift it. And do not worry, at the end of the video I do have the recipe where it is portioned out in cups, just in case if you do not have a scale, it's all right. Here I'm just going to be combining all the wet ingredients into the stand mixer fitted with a dough hook, and you want to knead it or let it roll there until it forms a ball, And then you want to add your roux. It's going to be looking slightly tacky and sticky. And here I'm just doing the window pane dough test. And it just ensures if the gluten is all good, and you stretch it out just to form, just to see if it stretches and does not tear. And that is your test to see that it is well kneaded. And you want to put this in an oiled bowl and let it rest for 1.5 hours. And cover it with a damp towel. While it's resting, I'm gonna just be making my egg cream, just mayonnaise, condensed milk, some rice wine vinegar, salt to taste. And it's all up to you how sweet you want it, how acidic you want it. Just add more condensed milk if you want it more sweet. And I am just cutting the scallions on a bias for my topping for the buns that I'm going to incorporate to my pork floss. And here's the dough after it's rested for 1.5 hours. I'm just punching it down just to release the gas, some air. And the oil really helps so it doesn't stick everywhere. And you just want to knead it until it gets elastic again. Just for a few minutes. Perfect. Now we are going to portion out the dough to 70 grams each. You just want to make sure it's 70 grams each, or at least the same in weight, just because you want to make sure that it cooks evenly. I got about 9 pieces. The last one was slightly less than 70 grams, but why waste it? Just put it on in there. And I'm just going to be rolling this out into a ball. And it's really easy. Just do a circular motion onto your board, and that's when you'll form that dough ball. And you want to do that to all the pieces. And put it on a parchment paper on a sheet pan so it doesn't stick. We're going to let this rest again with a damp towel to cover for an additional 15 minutes. This is after it's rested, and this is when we're going to just be assembling it all. And we're just going to be rolling it out. And you could make it as long as you want it, as short as you want it, as long as it's an oval shape. I'm going to start off with some egg wash, just brushing it down, and putting a tablespoon of scallions and a tablespoon of pork floss. And just rolling it as tight as you can. And you want to just pinch the ends and just lay it down right onto your parchment paper, seam side down. And you just want to do that again with all your pieces of dough. Egg wash, scallion, pork floss. And you want to just make sure you centralize all of it just so that it doesn't pop out of the ends and it's just better. I did cut an additional amount of scallions, probably a bunch, and cut it just thinly, not on a bias. And that's what I used for the stuffing the dough with the pork floss. Don't use the scallions that you cut on a bias. That's for the topping. This is a great recipe for an appetizer, for a party with your friends, family. It's a great snack, sweet, savory. Don't be afraid of pork floss. It is totally all right, very tasty. It's not just all right, it's great. If you like beef jerky, it's about the same, except it's pork, and you can find this at your Asian market near you. And you want to let the dough proof for 50 minutes. And we're just going to brush that with egg wash, the same egg wash we used. And there they are, golden brown and delicious. GBD all the way. And you want to let this cool before you put your egg cream and everything over it, just because if you put the egg cream on right out of the oven, when the buns are right out of the oven, it will just melt everywhere and it'll just be not so good. So here, after it's cooled, the dough or the bread has cooled, I'm just cutting it in the middle with a serrated knife, not all the way. You want to still have it together, and you want to put the egg cream inside and on the outside on the top of the buns. And we're just going to be putting the toppings on: the pork floss, sesame seeds, and the scallions. And you want to just proceed with all of that. And it's up to you on how much toppings you want as far as the pork floss and everything. The sesame seeds will give you a nice toasty crunch to the soft buns, and the pork floss and the scallions will give a nice fresh oniony taste to you. All right, guys, thank you for joining and cooking with me today. Please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you haven't already, click that bell for more upcoming recipes. See you again, and remember, evolve and cook freely, my friends. Till next time.